In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm really disappointed in you.
What, that I'm not still doing it?
No, that you ever did it.
I was a bartender on Mill Avenue. Come on, I had to be a douchebag.
That's true. That's part of it. It's kind of a douche uniform.
It was like my it was my uniform. I got hired at the bar.
You do have to kind of be a douchebag. Yeah. That's the truth.
I also declared 9 years ago that today is National Bitch Slap an Idiot Day.
Nice.
Kind of fitting for around here, but fuck boys.
Fuck boys.
Oh.
It's Thursday. Sticks are in our mouths. Drinks are in our hands. John, what the fuck are we about to do?
We're about to fucking masturbate, boys.
You goddamn right.
Oh.
Good God.
So I actually have the topic for today.
You do?
So why don't you pay some bills real quick, and then I'll release this suspense.
I will gladly pay some bills. Warfightertobacco.com brings us this mediocre madness. Check them out for all these smoky treats. Use that code FreedomFriends. Score yourself that sweet 15% off. Wellness.us for all your CBD needs. If you're having a rough day and you're maybe working out a little too hard or shoveling snow these days, they got you covered, man. They got you covered. What ails you?
What if I've just been aggressively roughing up the suspect?
Same. They got massage oils for that. So that said, use the code FreedomFriends25. Score yourself a quarter off your order over there.
That's how you lose a sponsor, folks.
They apparently like us because they continue to let us do this shit. So, and then of course our buddies over at Robertson Insurance Group. Check out Robertson Insurance Group if you need any kind of fucking insurance, and I mean anything. All right, from whether you're
Life,
renting your
business,
home, your business, your face, fucking anything.
Home,
all right?
auto,
Like,
boat, supplemental, business.
all of it.
You fucking, if you've ever heard of the type of insurance,
if you can insure it, Aaron's got you covered.
Aaron's
man.
got you. RobertsonInsuranceGroup.com. He will square that away for you. Multiple state licenses, but he specializes here in Texas. So if you're one of those ones that lives in the last land of the free, he can fucking square you away. So.
Goddamn right, greatest country in the world, boys.
All right, are you guys ready?
All right,
I'm excited about this one.
Okay.
Let's
All
do
right.
it. What do you got?
So this is not mine. I'm just the one that gets to share it.
This one came from your lovely wife, Caitlin.
It did.
I believe.
It came from my old lady. So
number 7, sir?
Number 7 for the day. I like it.
Fuck yeah. By that he meant the 7th bottle we killed.
yeah. So
They weren't all full, but
no, we had to do a little housekeeping
yeah.
around here. Matter of fact, oh fuck, I killed that one. I
Yeah,
gotta figure out what I'm going
I
to
feel like
next.
a dick for opening a new one. Shit.
Well, looks like we got to kill that one.
Well, shit.
Oh, never mind. I found a solution to my problem.
Oh, there you go.
Scott, you're polishing off a Florida Cognac.
Yes,
Mike,
sir.
you just cracked a Jameson.
Yeah, after I polished off a Jameson.
I'm polishing off a Peerless.
We finished,
I already polished
I finished
off-
a Weller.
I polished off the rest of the Old Forester.
Yeah.
Yeah, you polished off a Weller.
Yeah.
I
So who's
polished
going to
off a
help me?
Jameson.
Who's going to
You
help me
polished off-
polish off this thing of Calumet?
Not it.
You'll be in luck, sir.
Because this shit is so good.
Not it.
I mean,
So
I mean, I'm in, but I don't want to get fucking hammered.
This is
it's
only
only 90 proof.
This is only so deep.
Yep. So, are you ready for today's topic?
been ready.
I think Scott's been prepping for this one for a while.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right.
excited.
If you were a serial killer,
Yes.
what would be your method of choice, and what would you want your nickname to be? Because they always had the highway strangler and the the Zodiac killer and so all those nicknames and
So-
stuff that comes along with it. So what would be your method of choice, and what would you want your nickname to be?
Can I maybe change this a little bit? Because
No, you can't.
all the serial
just gonna say
killers
no.
don't get to pick their own nicknames.
I know.
That's true.
They
So
don't.
how about-
That's why you get that opportunity.
Well, how
so
about we
somebody
pick
else
our
has to
method of
nickname you?
choice, and then we collectively pick the nickname.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Because that way we know what you do.
Yeah.
Now we get to name you because that's the media
like that.
essentially names.
Yep.
I like
the
that.
serial
So I'm
killer.
gonna
And now keep
and,
in mind, you have to keep your nickname free of the fact that you know that person.
and I'm gonna
It
bring.
has to be
I'm
related
gonna,
to the crime they commit.
Right, but not like some inside
personal.
joke
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever that
yeah.
you
I'm gonna
know
bring in
about
a little
the
bit of
person.
professionalism in this, given
Shut up.
my education. in criminal justice.
Because you
And
apply that so much.
this gives me an opportunity to, man.
This is it, boys. This is why Mike
I went to college
Which-
just for this debate.
You got your degree. What, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago? When did you graduate?
2018.
2018. Because
I still remember
you
what
and
you
I,
learned.
Yeah.
no, Mike and I were already friends when you graduated. Because I remember you were still going to courses and stuff like that when
Sure.
you graduated. So
Sure.
I know it was recent.
Wait, did we have the show when I graduated?
No,
No.
show's only 18 months old. We've known each other longer.
Oh, that's right. I started my master's when we had the show.
Did you get it yet?
Fuck
No,
no.
not
He
that.
went to like 2 classes and then he was like, man.
Can confirm.
Yeah. I remember getting phone calls.
He
He was
got
like, I'm supposed to
distracted by
go
the
to,
master debate.
I'm supposed to go to
I just-
class right now, but
Are you
No, I
gonna-
always went to class.
so-
I don't cut.
If you get your master's, are you going to go further than that?
Well,
no, because there should never be a Dr. Mikey Fahey.
I would love
like
to
that
call you
should not-
Dr. Mikey Fahey.
That should not be a thing.
Here's the thing. I actually just learned that I was recently upgraded to 100% permanent total disabled
Hell yeah.
by the VA.
Congrats.
And, yeah, fucking finally, right? Like, of all the people, like, I love that there's like fucking Air Force dicks that never deployed and like assholes who never did shit that are like
Yeah.
walking around at 100%.
But multiple
And fucking
multiple
6
purple hearts,
times.
and you can't fucking.
like, I fought for it forever and I
Yep.
finally got it. Shout
the
out
way
to
it
my
works.
man Gary over at Wounded Warrior Project. Actually, they actually are the ones that finally fucking got it done, man, and helped me out and walked me through the process.
So now at his daytime job, he doesn't give a fuck.
fucking can confirm.
Got that one Hyundai, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, fire me! I don't give a fuck."
It is kind of nice. Some
A
shoulders.
little bit of a safety net.
my shoulders felt a little lighter, a little lighter.
It's all
But
set.
no, but
little light
so
in your
but,
loafers.
but I learned that chapter 35 is actually for your dependents, all right, which is a educational platform for your wife, your kids, whatever.
I think you
Yeah.
can sign over yellow ribbon too, if I'm not mistaken.
you can now. See, in my case, I passed Haley my GI Bill.
Yeah.
So
Which
Haley,
one? Which chapter?
post 9/11.
Nice.
Okay, so
So-
not chapter 22 or whatever. You
30.
did it post
It was
9/11.
30, I believe.
Was it chapter 30?
31.
31.
Chapter 31.
There's fucking so many of them.
Chapter
I can't
30
keep
is
them all
Montgomery
straight.
GI Bill.
Yeah.
That's more your era.
That's what I used.
Yeah, and then chapter 31 is post 9/11.
Yeah.
But
and
I went to an art
9/11
conservatory, so I still own $50,000.
See, post 9/11, you wouldn't have had that problem. I fought
No, that would have only covered another 20.
I fought my ass off to get that shit fucking covered to
Yeah.
get changed over from the Montgomery to
Yeah.
the post 9/11 because of there's so many extra perks. But Haley literally got her degree through post 9/11 GI Bill, and then I used vocational rehab for my degree. So we double dipped for a while because there is a loophole where you can do that.
John, didn't you do Voc for?
I did Voc rehab,
yeah. Did
you? Yep.
Yeah.
For,
Motorcy-
but
for-
motorcycle repair.
Yeah.
or
Well,
whatever.
so I got Harley and Honda factory certified
Yeah.
using Voc Rehab.
Yeah, it's a great
And then
program.
fucking 30 grand with the tools.
Yeah, that's literally
Yeah.
like my laptop and all my stuff. That's all
Yeah.
Voc Rehab. Like fucking like they. It's a
The
great
one
tool
thing I
that
like
the
about
VA
that
has.
program is not only do they cover the education, but it's not like, yeah, we covered the education, but you're still on your own
So
for all the shit you
They
need to
cover
be
the
able to do
tools
it.
that you need
Yeah.
to fucking perform your job.
Here's
yeah.
a part of Voc Rehab that nobody tells you, and I didn't realize this until I was 3/4 of the way through my schooling. When you start your Voc Rehab, there's 2 avenues that you can go down. One of them is you can go down as an employee route,
Yeah.
which is what I did, and I went and got certified, and they bought me the equipment and all the stuff I needed to be that employee, so I could walk into a job and everything would be totally fine. There's another avenue of Voc Rehab that they don't tell you about,
Which is?
and that is ownership, business ownership.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking?
So-
and you're just now telling me about this.
No, because the way it's the
There's an entrepreneurial side of it.
If
Yeah.
you're willing to put in the effort to jump through the loopholes to get it done, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But so essentially, long story short, you go in it on the business side of things. And so for what I did for using Voc Rehab, I could open up a motorcycle shop. They would have paid for every single thing except for rent and a vehicle payment.
You were telling me
my
about that
God.
you could have
Yeah.
not only your
They would
tools,
have bought
but you could
all
have put
my
in the
tools.
lift,
They would have brought
like
lifts,
the whole 9
tire
yards.
balancing, rotation.
They
machines,
never
the
told
whole
me
fuck-
any of this.
Nobody tells you this. I didn't find this out until 3/4 through the employee side of the program. Voc
Yeah.
Rehab does.
See, I
And then
walked- I
found
walked
this. And I'm like,
in-
can I switch? And they're like, no, because you started on this route.
See, I
And
walked
I'm
in
okay,
like
what are my
they,
parameters? to
they
do
were
the other
literally
way?
like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "A lawyer." And they're like, "What do you got to do?" And so I was like, well, I need to finish my undergrad in criminal justice because I'd already started it. And they were like, okay, check that. I was like, I'd like to get a master's in it. They're like, okay, check that. You know, and I was like, and then law school. They're like, okay. The problem is that, and this is what they don't tell you about educational benefits in the VA, is you have a finite amount of months.
Yes.
And-
Mine are
and-
expired. I can't fucking touch them.
Well, I just used them because what I didn't know is when I passed Haley my GI Bill, the months she was using
Yeah.
counted against my months.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, I got plenty of fucking time. I got all this, and I still have GI Bill available to me.
Yeah.
But I'm out of months.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
So-
Why the fuck are we discussing this on a debate
I don't know.
instead of
Anyways,
fucking
I was
getting
just
into the topic?
The point was is that I'm going to bring a little bit of fucking of the
Okay.
criminal justice side
So,
to this debate.
I want to
So,
start with Scotty on this one because I think if any of us have really thought about
murder. It's definitely Scott.
methodology of murder, it's definitely Scott.
You're welcome.
I tip my hat to you, sir.
So
So if I was going to be a serial, let me get this right. If I was going to be a serial murderer, right?
serial killer,
You gotta be a serial killer.
like one of those ones they make documentaries out of and shit.
Okay.
Like, what would your method be? And my original question is, what would your method be, and what would you
Method of
what would you
killing?
want your nickname to be? But now we're saying that you only
Is
get to
it-
come with your method of killing, and we get to decide on what the media would
Is it,
name you.
is it method of killing and who?
Or is
the
it your-
demographics of who you kill?
Your method of victims, like
Well, that'd be both, right?
the whole thing,
so
man.
like,
Whole thing. Like maybe you're into
Uh,
like strangling fat people.
so like, what was the documentary we just watched? What was the documentary we just watched?
Caitlin's nodding her head because she's totally into
Huh?
strangling fat people.
What? Oh,
Night
right.
Stalker. Night
So
Stalker
we
was
watched The
great.
Night Stalker,
That
which
dude
was
had
out in
no
LA,
rhyme or reason. He just killed people.
and he was all over the place. So he was like snatching kids
Hail Satan.
and then releasing
no,
them.
his
That was the
thing
Hail
was
Satan
he wanted
guy.
to watch the fear in a person's eyes.
So,
And
but
if
then
it wasn't there, he wouldn't kill
so
him.
he was killing.
Really?
Yep.
He was killing couples, but he was also snatching kids and then releasing them later.
Yeah.
After doing a whole bunch of
After doing
fucked
it,
up shit.
yeah, I didn't want to go too much down that path, but he would snatch kids, do what you exactly expect a psycho to do when he snatches kids, and then would release them later. But then would kill couples only after like eye contact and fear was established. And if he couldn't see the fear, he wouldn't
Yeah,
kill
like,
them
He shot one person in the head, and it ricocheted off the head
because he was
and-
using a 22
And they ran out and went to go back in the front door, and he went to go out the front door
and saw him standing there.
and she was just like, "You already shot me," and didn't have the fear in her face, and he just walked right by and kept walking and left.
Wow.
Yeah. So that dude was all about fear. But you are correct, Mikey, and that was the whole like don't swear to God, swear to Satan.
Yeah.
And did the
Yeah.
whole Hail Satan thing in the middle
Yeah.
of the court and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
He's a fucking whack job.
So but he was known as the Night
They
Stalker
died of cancer. Fucking bullshit.
before they could fucking roast his ass.
He was in
Yeah.
California. He was never gonna get roasted. He was gonna sit
And then there was
on
also
tax dollar
like
money
there was
forever.
the
Cancer's good.
there was the Highway Strangler or whatever that did the whole
We got like the Green River Killer.
the
for
Green
instance.
River Killer.
One of the most prolific serial
Yep.
killers in history, right?
and there was the Zodiac
You know,
Killer
Zodiac
Yeah.
Killer's another one. You got
who's now a senator.
totally. shout out my man Ted. I like Teddy. I like Teddy. Fucking
Hearing those fucking conspiracy theories are great.
It
Yeah.
so lines up though. Like
He's
that's the
never
crazy part.
denied it.
he puts out Twitter jokes about it.
I know. it's
He
so
put out a
awesome.
fucking Zodiac cipher. It was like, "Happy birthday."
Yeah.
I was like, this fucking guy.
My
I
wife
fucking love that shit.
My wife wants him to run for president just so that right before he dies and he releases the tell-all book, he can be like, I went from feared nationwide to the leader of the free world, and y'all still couldn't fucking catch me. Like, and I wouldn't even be mad. I'd just be like, son of a bitch.
and, then he,
Like,
and then he pardons himself.
He is.
How funny would that be if he pardoned himself for the Zodiac killings?
and then admitted to it.
He is a cigar guy. That's cool.
He is.
that's
he
also
is.
true. That's also true.
But you have like Ted Bundy is obviously another prolific serial killer that was.
Did he
that-
have a nickname before we figured out it was Ted Bundy?
No, because so the thing about Bundy was so sporadic, man. He went so fucking like you're not talking like a
And that
specific
was the
area.
thing with that was the
Like,
thing with
he was
Night
across
Stalker.
the
Is
country.
Night Stalker, I think, had 27 kills, and it's in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like his was like
he was almost a spree killer.
it was
Wow.
every other night,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
it was in a
some
certain
nights-
area.
and in some nights it was multiple targets.
and then he would walk into
Oh.
the Cecil Hotel in downtown fucking, which by the way, there's another documentary on Netflix
Yeah.
right now about the Cecil because that's where they found that girl
Yeah,
that
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
disappeared and she was
Yeah.
in the water tank, which is fucking gross.
Because everybody was just showering.
This
in their
water
juices and
tastes
shit.
funny.
Yep.
Yeah, it's because it's people. All right, there's a little Asian girl in your water.
Yeah,
so.
but then you find out the Night Stalker was like taking greyhounds back and forth to go visit his brother in Arizona and
But,
shit like that. Like sketch mode.
Like he would walk into the Cecil covered in blood, and it was such a sketchball fucking place that people would be
nobody
like,
said anything.
nobody said shit. He'd go upstairs, take his clothes off, change, shower, throw his clothes away, fucking,
Leave.
and leave.
So it's stuff like that. Like in
fucking
the
insane.
80s, there was the second round of the Ripper in England.
You know what?
Yeah, the copycat.
So
They just called him the Ripper.
What-
it was,
what-
he wasn't a copycat.
He was. He
but
was.
he was a knife user, and so he.
what's worse than getting
and was
raped
killing
by
hookers.
Jack the Ripper? Getting fingered by Captain Hook.
Zing.
Wow.
Zing.
So, anyways,
So they say.
so
So they say that people who murder with knives, because it's a more intimate kill. All right, that it's more of a connection. All right, like knife killers are there for an emotional connection. I know it sounds fucking weird, but that's what it is. You know,
well,
I mean,
look at the Batman movies.
It's personal.
So the second Batman movie with the Joker, when he literally does the whole speech about why do I use knives?
Yeah,
And it's so he can see what the last thoughts are of that person
yeah.
during the death.
Nice.
You know, but that's true. That's you know, it's like bombers.
There's a huge psychological study on that, on why things like stranglers and knife users, the difference in them
If
on
you-
like
Just read the books on killing and on
yep.
combat. And
Well-
it explains all of it.
no,
and then there was the DC sniper
sure.
who was doing all the long range killing out in DC.
Well, it wasn't really long range.
Well,
Don't give him that much credit.
but his nickname was
He was concealed.
before
I'll give you know
before they caught him, he was known as the DC sniper.
I'll give it up how they did that though with the fucking inside the trunk
Yeah.
and everything. Like that's ingenious.
But
man.
the
Like,
thing with that is he was trying to make a political statement and actually didn't want to be up close and personal for the kills.
yeah,
So, which shows a detachment from the ability to be comfortable with the killing. And that's why it was chosen to be done such and that gets into the psychological profiling
and
of all
that's
of it. But
that's why he could have never have claimed it insanity or anything like that.
no, because
he
it's
was so far
too
removed.
planned
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're too removed. So you can't go into the passionate thing or the insanity piece.
Correct.
Because his plan was to keep himself removed from the interaction with the target. So
So Scott, methodology.
Yeah, so I think you guys would assume that I would be the long range kind of guy.
No.
actually, I don't assume
I
that
don't,
at
I
all
would
with
not
you.
assume that at all.
Then
If I had to profile
Then
you,
do know me.
if I had to profile Scott Jansen, the serial killer, it would
not be long range.
It wouldn't even be with a gun.
You may be correct, sir.
Like,
And the whole reason I do that is the practice of
I know how important that katana blade is to you.
well, the practice of sniper shooting it's an art and a science. You need to understand the math behind it, and then there is a familiarity and an art behind being able to
Plus-
adapt for the system.
Let's say that there was a murder here in Garden Ridge. And let's just say, and this is a hypothetical thing. Let's say there's a murder here in San Antonio, right? Let's say there's a murder in San Antonio. It's a sniper shot. It's a shot. They figured out triangulation, witness statements, and everything. They figured out that this shot came from almost a mile away, and da da da. There is a finite amount of individuals in this area who could take that shot.
There's quite a few.
And Scott and John are on
Actually-
that fucking list.
No, we
Actually-
are. We are not.
You don't think?
No, we are not on that list.
No, because they've lost every single one of their rifles in that boating trip.
Well,
we just
true,
took.
true. But you know, but I'm saying like
we are not on that list because
you're a sniper
outside
instructor.
of you two fucking narcs, not a single goddamn person knows how we can shoot, you motherfuckers.
But what I'm saying is like
I can honestly say I have seen absolutely zero evidence of their ability to shoot
None
at those
whatsoever.
ranges.
Neither of you have ever
I
seen
have
us shoot past
never
100
seen
yards.
them be able to shoot beyond.
This is correct.
The farthest
true.
I have ever seen any direction been given by any of these guys was at a 300-meter target, and
I was showing your wife.
yeah, and he showed my wife, but I can shoot a 300-meter target. Like
sure,
so,
fucking iron sights.
I have never seen any one of them ever shoot beyond. The farthest ever was instruction at 300 meters.
No impact, no idea.
That said, though,
Yeah.
I
So
think
what would
I
it
think
be?
you're smart enough to not use a long range weapon
Yeah,
because of your background.
I probably couldn't, but if I was to become a serial killer, there's only a certain demographic that I'd be shooting for, but it would be not really shooting for, knifing for probably, So
Yeah.
I like the knife thing. But no, I would probably
I like the knife thing. Yeah.
yeah. No, there'd be a little torture involved because it's passionate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would probably target pedophiles.
So almost vigilantism.
Well, yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're going after those who have wronged,
Yeah.
children.
Because
Yeah.
I do have a moral compass, right?
Sure.
So I personally am not going to randomly kill people. But if I was to randomly kill people, I would randomly kill people that needed to be killed.
So you're saying
Exactly.
it would be filling in the justice gap.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would own it when it came time to own it.
Oh, 100%.
But I would get away with it as long as I could get away with it because I would keep doing it
Yeah.
Because you're doing a service.
because I'm passionate
That's
about
it.
'Cause
You have to
you're providing
wonder,
a
like,
service.
how hard would the cops really look for a dude
Like,
that was just
do they-
offing fucking pedophiles?
Do they look
like,
harder for the dude who's offing children or harder for the dude that's offing pedos? It's a good
they
question.
probably look harder for the dude off in pedophiles.
They do.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They don't look
what,
that
to buy
hard
him
for
breakfast
missing
tacos
children.
or like?
Just really want to sit down with this guy. He's got a lot of good points.
I'm gonna caveat off of Scott's because Scott took half of the people that I wanted to kill.
Okay, so
Okay.
hold on. So tool of method.
Knife.
Any means necessary.
So if I'm going to embrace this serial killer thing, right?
Yeah, this is all hypothetical.
I'm probably going to dismember them in some way and feed them their last meal at the same time.
So you're thinking like surgical tools.
Yeah, I'm going to cut their dick off and make them eat it
Okay.
because,
So
Okay.
you're thinking a lot of edge tools, like surgical style, like either bone saws or scalpels or knives or
just
or you're just thinking like a K-bar and you're going to town.
K-bar going to town.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, because this is important for us to come up with what your serial killer nickname is.
I
gonna be.
will offer them this though. Rare, medium rare, or well done.
how they want their dick cooked before he
Yeah.
feeds it to him.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
I got his name.
What do you got? What do you got, Mikey?
The cock meat mangler.
Oh,
It's not bad.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Does it have to be something that can be said on national news?
Well, yeah, because this is the
it's
media.
gotta be catchy.
The
Probably.
media always assigns the nickname.
Then the steak sandwich strangler. Or the steak sandwich stabber. Because he's making dick steak sandwiches. The medium rare massacre. What do you want, man? Fuck.
I like that one,
Okay,
actually.
I have my submission, and I'm going to go with. Hold on, I had it.
The medium rare massacre.
Hold on.
I like that one.
The tube steak torturer.
Ooh, I like that.
Is that so?
there
I'm going to
we
go with
go.
tube steak torturer.
I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's my submission for Scott's nickname
All
is the
right.
tubes, because I think you can get away with that on major media. You can say tube steak because you're not saying like just dick.
True.
And you're saying that there would also be quite a bit of torture and everything involved in that.
Not
so
quite a bit, just cutting their dick off. Just that.
that's still torture.
Yeah, but it's not quite a
Well,
bit.
it depends.
specifically-
Some people it can be just a little. Some people it can be quite a bit.
Here's the thing, though, dude.
Yeah, like the dude that I found on my stairs.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
So they don't bleed out.
yeah,
fucking-
the fucking Asian dude down the
Maybe.
street's just
You
a
know what I
little.
mean?
Like a laceration.
Like if you fuck with their farm parts, they bleed out 9 times out of 10.
Ah,
so
you put a tourniquet on
A
first.
that's what I'm saying. So you're gonna have to,
laceration.
you're gonna have to cock
A
you're gonna have to cock ring
laceration.
that fucking guy
Yeah,
and then fucking
and then
snip.
fucking Judy chop.
You're not gonna get the whole thing. You're gonna snip the tip and feed it to him.
Well,
Oh, like a top.
But no.
Three-quarters.
That depends. If it was a dude that was at Jazz's apartment complex,
yeah.
you get a more.
If it was that hammer,
that
Yeah, he's getting
motherfucker,
he's getting a steak.
Yeah.
he's going to be full.
right?
Yeah.
You get the fucking.
He's
Japanese
probably on a
dude
list
from down the
somewhere.
street.
so
You get just a
so Mikey,
half
what
the
was
tip.
yours?
My submission for him.
Yours was the cock meat.
The cock meat mangler.
Cock meat
meat
mangler.
mangler.
I'm going with tube steak torture.
Okay.
John,
I don't have anything better than either of those two, so let's just vote on one of those. Call it a day.
I like tube steak steak.
the
Torture.
tube steak torture.
Yeah, that's
Two
pretty
steak
good.
torture.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
Mikey,
Well, let's go to John because John,
Okay.
John
said
said you wanted a caveat off. Of
yeah.
it.
If I'm going to turn into a serial killer, I'm going to do it for a reason. There isn't like kind of like Scott was saying, like I'm not just going to go around and just massacre fucking random people for no reason.
I like people.
Like
Most
I don't have an issue with the majority of people.
Right.
I
There's
think
two-
all of us are pretty
there's-
much
there's
can
three
get
types of
along with
people.
just about anybody.
There's three
Yeah.
types of people in this world that I don't get along with: pedophiles,
Okay.
rapists,
Yeah.
and people that don't do their goddamn job.
But John, and like
And people who like text at the gym.
because
no, at the gym, it's the mere fucking people that I can't stand at
that's
the
the
fucking
same group
gym.
of idiots. Yeah, that's the
But,
same
like,
group of
You
that
idiots.
need to
could
be
fall
here
under the people-
35 minutes and you're here for 2 fucking
that,
hours.
That
So,
could
like,
fall under the people that don't do their goddamn job.
Yeah.
Your job at the fucking gym is to work out. Get off your fucking phone, stop looking in the goddamn mirror,
Yeah.
and lift up your fucking weights.
Yeah.
John, and because it was I had to become a serial killer, I couldn't just kill ex business partners
Yeah.
because there's only so many of them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
No.
not serial.
Yeah,
anymore.
it's not
Going after
serial.
borderline.
Yeah.
Going after pedos
It's
is
borderline serial, but
Yeah.
it's not full blown.
Right.
So
And even
That's
if
like-
you went
that's like
to
a
prison and
brunch
you were
killer.
gin pop and they were like, "What are you in here for?" and you're like, "I killed 17 pedophiles," they'd be
They'd
like,
be like, nice.
"Fuck,
good on ya.
we're gonna make sure that."
Let me give you a Roman noodle.
Yeah, like even
So-
in prison at that point, you're living the life.
I don't know what a Roman noodle is.
A ramen noodle.
it's like a ramen noodle, but when you're in prison.
but
Yeah.
Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
You know what a Roman shower
it's
is?
noodles. It's noodles with a lot
I
of
know what
full
a Roman
frontal
helmet
male
is.
Do
nudity.
you know what a Roman shower is?
You know what a Roman helmet is?
I don't know.
No?
Really?
You don't know what a Roman helmet is?
I know what a Roman helmet is.
Yeah, it's
but
when the girl sits down and you put your balls over her forehead and your dick down her nose. It looks like a Roman helmet.
that's hilarious. Very similar to the Arabian goggles. I like it.
That's true.
I
The
like
my
it.
problem with that
favorite-
is you have to have a dick big enough for that to actually work.
That's why mine are the
That's
Arabian
like-
goggles.
yeah.
It depends on if you're like, you're hanging out with like maybe she's Italian.
Yeah.
Mikey, you and I are both Irish, so none of these moves are actually
Yeah.
happening. Like it's
Yeah.
My favorite still is the Pakistani taxi driver.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Keep going.
No fucking idea. It just sounds great. I've used it
I
for
like how you
years
just
and I
throw
have no
names
idea
out
what
there
it
and
is.
everybody's like, "Holy shit!" Like,
No, I started using it when I was in the military. We get new guys because we were transitioning from an infantry battalion to a Cav Scout unit.
Give him a pack.
No, and we would literally get
Pakistani
Cav
taxi
Scout
driver.
guys, and I'd be smoking the fuck out of them. And I'm like, Pakistani taxi driver, go! And they're like, and I'm like, fucking go! And they're like, and then you just watch to see what they do.
I just started doing the Afghani fucking side shot hops.
Close enough, keep going. Anyways, so
I'm like, this guy knows what he's doing.
Scott's taking out pedophiles. The two
I
fucking
mean, you can still take out pedophiles.
the two biggest people that I fucking hate on this fucking planet are rapists and pedophiles.
Okay.
And those are the people that I go after for a couple of reasons. Well, pedophiles are fucking easy, but most rapists that are convicted are fucking easy too because there's a fucking registry.
they
Yeah.
literally
I have
an
a
address
list,
book.
an
address
address of
book.
every fucking person that I want to go smoke.
We can look them up right now. There's an app
right?
for that.
Exactly. I have an app. I just fucking go down the list. You know, I can plan out my route.
John has 2 apps on his phone:
Google Maps.
OnlyFans
and Grindr.
OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, OnlyFans to fund my killings.
OnlyFans
And
and the pedophile registry. Like that's
Tinder and pedophile registry. It's weird.
that's it. That's the only 2 apps on his phone.
but yeah, but I'd fucking nerd out on doing this though. And kind of like Scott was saying, like they don't deserve a fucking quick death. They don't deserve something.
So that's got the
easy.
target, but what's the method?
So the method is going to be drugging them and then torturing them.
Like
and-
Rufinol or what?
Some sort of an injection that puts them out within a matter of seconds, and then so I can bring them back to wherever the fuck I want to dismember these people.
So liquid Rohypnol would actually give them the ability
Yeah.
to understand what's going on,
Exactly.
but the inability to resist.
And that's why I said I'd have to nerd out on this because I want to know exactly what I can give this person to paralyze them, but they can still hear, see,
He just
feel
told you.
everything.
that's liquid Rohypnol.
Yeah.
And so I would take them to a location to perform all of this.
Yeah.
So that way I know it's secure, I know everything's going
So you're
on.
Dexter.
Pretty much.
But for
then I would go
pedophiles
dump
and
them back
rapists.
in their house. But when I would dump them back in their house, you know those plastic things with the rope handles you get to put a keg in for keg parties?
Yeah.
I would fucking dump their body parts back in that and leave it on their living room floor.
Okay.
You lost me.
No,
Why?
I'm tracking with him. Who's
You're a bad detective.
I'm thinking of your name.
So nope, I got him.
You got him?
Yep. The pedophile Pollock.
Oh, that's close to what I was at. I was close to that.
So
Mine was the pedophile paler because he's
No.
leaving him in a pail.
I like it. I like it.
but the
Oh.
pedophile Pollock, because I can only imagine after he's taken him apart and then returned it all.
Looks like a Jackson
When he
Pollock
dumped
plate.
it, just looked like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah.
So the pedophile Pollock,
Yeah.
just like I've turned your hideousness into art. Like the pedophile Pollock.
Could call it the butt fucker bucket.
But I'm not butt fucking him.
Yeah, but they butt fucked.
They're
So-
fucking dead.
I'm sticking with
I
mine.
don't want to give them any credit.
I'm sticking with pedophile Pollock.
I like pedophile paler. Scott, what do you think?
I'm with you.
P-A-L-E-R.
No, P-A-I-L-E-R.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Pedophile paler. I like that
I
one.
like that.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
What would you name him?
I don't have nothing. I'm gonna go with yours. I like yours.
Okay. I'm glad Jazz and I are good at this. Fuck.
Yeah, but the pedophile Pollock, the idea of like you've dismembered him and now like made a display
Yeah.
out of it.
That's it.
Because Pollock's whole thing was art out of chaos.
Sure.
And that's essentially what you're saying. Is
Oh, I
that
can make some
you've-
great art out of bodies.
But that's but that's what you're saying is that
Yeah.
essentially you're willing to dismember them into the point of
So you got to lay down the canvas.
creating something
no,
new
this all
out of the
happens in a
destruction,
separate location.
Yeah, but you lay down the
but
canvas.
re-delivering it
and
back
then you
to their
deliver
home.
the canvas
fucking-
to an art gallery.
What's that fucking movie with
That would be an interesting twist.
what's the movie where he fucking digs his way out of the solitary cell and like or he digs his way into the solitary cell, but then he like gets captured on purpose.
That was a TV show. Prison
No,
Break.
it was a movie. No, it was a movie.
Or no.
I was to say that is Prison Break.
Was it? Yes, Gerard Butler was in it.
Oh, where he confesses to the
Yeah.
whole thing at the beginning.
Yeah, and they're
when he
gonna
was like,
blow him
sit
up in
down
a
because
cell,
the
and he climbs out.
stories
He
is
tries
you're
to
not
climb
going to
out the
know.
back.
Yeah.
Law-abiding citizen.
There it
Okay,
is.
so in
That
that,
is
where
a
he
fantastic
where,
fucking
where he has
movie.
his where he has his warehouse set up and he's
Yeah.
got the chair and a mirror so the dude has to watch everything that's going on.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
that's how fucked
Along
up
those
I
same
get.
lines, another fucking outstanding movie was Inside Man.
I don't think I've seen that
Denzel,
one.
so good.
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
With
It's
the
a
bank
newer
robbery?
One. It's a newer
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Newer as in like it's 15 years old, but yeah.
Yeah, it's newer.
All right. Jazz, how
Yeah?
you murdering motherfuckers?
So I'm gonna lean on my bougie vein on this one.
Okay.
So y'all all know that I like to host like friends dinners at
Sure.
my place where
Sure.
we try a new recipe. It's all about
Are you
the
about to Hannibal Lecter this bitch?
We try new
a
recipes.
little bit, but without people.
Okay.
So I would also have a target, and it would be those that are very proud of profit made off of fucking other people.
Ooh, I like this.
Because
Wait.
I'm
Are
not.
you talking about like
Pimps?
every girl that's on OnlyFans?
No, I can actually respect that.
The other kind of fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, no.
Like the US
I needed clarification.
like the U.S. government type of fucking.
Yeah.
So the ones that are that like to brag about, I made this many points on this company, and I don't really give a fuck that they've gone out of business because we made money. Like,
I know half of your list.
yeah. So the kind of people that conduct the type of business that fucks somebody else, but it was good for them, so they don't care. So business conducted with no ethics.
So businessmen.
No.
Let's.
No.
There's a lot of that.
There is a lot of it,
There's a
but I'm not
lot
going to
of
say
that.
businessmen in general because there's businessmen on this show that still conduct business with ethics. Like there's still a sense of morality to how they conduct business.
No, you need to understand the definition of ethics is what you think is right and wrong.
Well, we can get into the whole morality argument of whose moral compass you're actually
What's that?
doing, like community
I
defined.
maintain a certain moral flexibility.
No, I can respect
So,
that.
but those that
I
have
replace that with oral.
completely fucked people over and are proud of the fact
No, you don't. You have facial.
that are proud of the fact that their quote unquote business acumen has gotten to them where they are. But if you look at the just absolute trail of destruction they have left to get where they are,
Sure.
Yeah.
and they're okay with it.
You're describing a couple of former business partners.
Yeah.
So, but those type of people they're attracted to exclusivity and the recognition of success.
Oh, totally describing.
I'd love to hear the fucking
So-
interview that they have with Scott after Jazz smoked somebody.
Like,
Scott's like, I don't fucking know.
I didn't do this, but I would have.
Yeah.
I just didn't think of it.
God, I can't believe he did it like that. I would have done it like this.
So I would host a series of dinners, attracting these people to those dinners through the exclusivity of the invite and the quality of food. But within those dishes would actually be able to do slow turning toxin that would then in turn lead to their death. So that what killed them was the same greed that gave them success.
I get it.
So that their methodology
they
in
did this
life,
on an episode of Oz once.
so that their methodology of life led to their methodology of death.
Okay.
That's how I would handle it.
I like it.
The pause is all of us trying to think of names.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do it, because there's too many people out there that I've literally heard these people brag about who they fucked and who they got over on, but it made them more money. So who fucking cares? I'm all about the free economy. I'm all about you did what you had to do for success. Like, I'm all about the hustle. I'm not about fucking people along the way for the hustle. That's just not how you do it. And I think the balance, the scales need to be balanced. So that's how I would do it.
So what's a name? What's a name for you? You naughty little boy.
The kitchen table killer.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
I'm thinking of the way that the kitchen table killer strikes again. You know, like how the media would spin it.
The TPC Slayer.
Wow, you just had to call me out, didn't you?
That's personal.
Yeah, that's you know too
personal.
much about me to be able to
That's
make the
true.
name. So
That's
that
true.
you pulled too personal.
Because you don't know who he is when you name him.
The fame-seeking killer.
He hasn't been caught yet. So he's just serially killing people, and you're calling this person on a news outlet like,
yeah, you know what
you
know where
fuck
I
all.
you know the area I live in, so that's where you were pulling
and
it.
it happens but you don't even know where you live, right? Say you live here in San Antonio, but you host all these dinners in Austin or Dallas or Houston or somewhere else.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it
It
is.
doesn't matter because that location where you live has
Right. So
really not much
it's
to do.
luxury dining that then leads to the death
Yeah.
of
Ooh.
these.
The fine dining death dealer. It's a little long, a little wordy, but it's not bad.
Get rid of Death Dealer, the fine dining slayer.
Ooh. Hang on. I'm working on a good one. Hold on.
He's got something cooking.
Do you have your hand up? What do you got? The chef?
Oh, just
the
the chef.
The chef strikes again.
The dinner party prowler.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. So I'm torn between the dinner party prowler and just the chef.
Yeah, the chef's good.
Because
I think after you got caught, they could call you the chef.
yeah, because it'd be
You know
the
what I mean?
dinner party prowler, and then once you got caught, it'd be like, so that's the chef. That's the
yeah.
one that actually did it all.
Yeah.
All right. So it's
The,
probably
the Gordon Ramsay of death. that's what your movie.
That's
of the
what
week,
when you
that's
get
what your movie
caught-
of the week is called.
that's what the Netflix documentary would be called.
The
is
Gordon Ramsay
of
of
Death.
The Lifetime movie.
The Lifetime movie. But yeah, that's definitely how I would do it, because I like business. I like the art of business. I like what it requires to do it. But there's just too many people they've just turned it into something that is just dirty. And when you like to be in business, it's almost you don't like to associate with that level. It's just
No.
fucking gross to me.
So
So Mikey,
I think-
method. What's method?
well, so that's where I would fucking fool everybody. Is I would be sporadic with the method. My methodology would go fucking punishment fits the crime. Right? That would be my motive, if you will. All right? Because I would definitely be a vigilante-esque killer.
So you sound like my stepdad, who said that our capital punishment is broken. and
Really,
that we
stepson?
and that we shouldn't be just putting
I'm
people
stuck
to
in the
death.
washer.
Anybody that gets capital punishment on the anniversary of their crime, the same crime should be done to them right up to the point of death.
Ooh, I like
and
it.
then they don't die, and you put them back
like
in
it.
solitary and say, "See you next year,"
Oh, I like that.
and then they
like
just
it.
come back and
Fuck,
do
I
the
like
crime
that.
again.
I wouldn't be mad about paying tax dollars on people.
No.
on
I'd
death
be
row.
no.
alright with it, right?
I'd be okay with that. Yeah, that's
So, like,
fucking
if
solid.
you were a
Cut a bonus
so like
check.
if you were a rapist,
How much does
every
it
year they
cost?
come in and use your method on you right to the point of death.
How much does it
And then-
cost to keep somebody alive in confinement for?
It's like 42
year.
grand a year.
John,
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
it doesn't matter.
No, hear me out. Okay. What if you create your own system of confinement to continually do this to people for years and years and years? That's why I want to know how much it costs. Because how much do you have to generate? Say you get 10 people, right? You have a setup to house 10 people.
You just start up a GoFundMe. It's easy.
22 grand for Gen Pop. Okay. So 220 grand a year. You can fucking torture the fuck out of 10 people for the rest of their lives.
Annually.
Annually.
Anally.
However you want. Huh.
Annually?
Annually.
So,
Anyways.
all right. So I'd be across the board.
Yeah.
All right. I would use a gun.
Little bit of everything.
I would use a knife. I would burn people
Yeah.
because fire cleans all.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, there would be such
So,
sporadic.
Would you do kind of
Like-
eye for an eye? Like, depending on what they
Yeah,
did
are
is
you
what did to
replicating their
them?
crime?
I wouldn't replicate because I'm not unoriginal,
Okay.
but the punishment would fit the crime.
Okay.
So let's say you're a pedophile who fucking butt fucked a kid.
I'd cut your dick off, shove it up in your ass before I killed you.
Like something's going up your fucking butthole prior to death. Like you're gonna get impaled, probably. You know,
How
but
are you gonna jelly that up? Are you gonna let it sit?
Oh, it's going in
Are you gonna
dry.
like tournicate it
That
until
is
it gets
totally-
hard?
I don't know.
That is
See, that's just
totally,
it. It's
totally
No, no, no.
jam,
I'm
not
not-
jelly.
I'm
You
not about-
tourniquet, you cut it off, you let it set in rigor mortis a couple days, and then you fucking
like I'm not about the torture though. I'm about getting it done.
okay.
Like I don't have any fucking I don't want to hear them scream. I don't give a fuck if they scream. I don't give a fuck if they have emotion.
Well, that's why I want to.
You know what I mean? Like I'm killing people who fucking deserve to be dead.
Yeah.
Not to fucking I don't give a fuck if you suffer. I don't
Yeah.
fucking care. I'm making the world a better place
Right.
by ending you.
Yeah.
What I do with you after you're fucking dead, that's arbitrary.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well, so
mean?
then you could pass it off for the Pollux to get made.
So I like the idea as like a calling card of like laying out a sheet and then murdering them on the sheet and then posting it up as like a fucking portrait
Yeah.
in their house.
Could you
I
imagine-
like
That's how
that
you
idea.
fucking fund it. You sell that artwork,
Yeah. I
which
was
like,
funds
could you
you
imagine-
housing all these people.
Could you imagine the baller mode of like now you're selling abstract art and you're just known as this like collector artist of like I
Oh
only
my
use
God.
organic materials.
I don't know how he does it, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah. I
And
only
meanwhile,
use
there's like a blood splatter analysis going, huh? Wait a minute.
Wait, that's blunt force trauma from a fucking
looks-
baseball bat.
You got this pretty canvas with like
That
one
spray is
45
identical to a
caliber hole
hatchet.
through it. Like, it's weird.
Hey, dude, if a banana fucking sold for that amount of money, that'll fucking sell too.
Yeah,
dude. People
damn
are
right.
fucking
Maybe
stupid.
that'd be your calling card.
I love seeing those.
Maybe.
I love
the
seeing those
canvas
fucking-
killer.
No, just he
Oh.
just tosses a banana down next to every victim.
So I would be so sporadic. I don't think you could pin a name on me though.
So based on your methodology,
John, the
I think I
irony
have
is
a name
not
for
lost
you.
on me.
well, so and then that
glad.
said, it's pure vigilantism. So it's just I'm fucking up scumbags.
Based on your target methodology, I think I have a name for you.
Okay.
Mr. Retribution.
I think that would be like maybe a nickname after
I think that'd be the
the
movie
story
title.
came out.
That'd be like
Yeah.
the movie title.
But like what the media would call me would be something.
Because I don't think the media would call him Mister.
Yeah, because you don't want to assume my gender now.
But it's not even
Could be a
assuming
lady
the
doing
gender.
this.
You don't want to empower the person. So you want to give a nickname that's almost
Oh, you're saying you don't want to have a title on there that's a title of respect?
yeah.
So you wouldn't want to have the Mr.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the
just
Sir
the
or
Mr.
anything
part.
like that?
If you're selling art, for me, it's a canvas killer.
I can see that.
I'm
It's
saying-
just behind
I'm
the
just saying I
body.
think
You
that'd
had
be
the
funny.
spray pattern on a
Like,
canvas.
I'm just saying I
was
think that
hanging
would be
there.
funny to do, but I'm not saying I would do that. If I was going to do it, I would be so sporadic with shit. It would just be like,
Where would you do said killings?
where?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I'm just going name wise at this point.
Um, pick a fucking metro area in the country, dude.
Baltimore.
There's a good example. No shortage of fucking scumbag there.
So the hometown horror.
Yes.
Is that-
Oh God, my hometown is a fucking where it's going.
Throw something at both these fucking dicks. So like, but you could easily do it in Dallas, Houston, in
No, we picked
Boston.
Baltimore.
in
By the way,
anywhere.
your airport sucks.
That airport does fucking suck.
Oh my
BWI is
God,
terrible.
I was there for like 4 hours on my
I
way
told,
back.
dude, I gave you a fucking out. All right. Like,
I should have taken. I walked from.
if you, dude, get pre-check, and then the next time you got to go out there.
I
Oh,
walked.
speaking of that, I just got global entry.
I
Oh, yeah?
walked.
11 and a half months.
I walked
Jesus.
from A terminal to C terminal in that airport. Everything's closed. Like there's no. I was like, fuck. Ended up eating at the fucking Silver Diner.
So Scott, he is
That's
committing.
not bad though.
Yeah, it was good food, but
That's not bad.
He is committing all of his murders in the city of Baltimore.
No, I'm committing. I'm committing them in metropolitan areas.
I heard
so the city of Baltimore. So we're going with
I like it.
we're going with hometown horror. That's what
Hometown
Mikey
horror.
gets.
John, I will say this though.
That's cool. So when I start murdering motherfuckers in San Antonio, nobody will I'll get away with it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I have my
I can say that I haven't done anything in my life
I think my
to
preferred.
justify you killing me, so I'm totally okay with
I
it.
think my preferred methodology though would probably just be a gun.
Yeah.
That would be my preferred methodology.
What caliber?
22.
oh
I don't know.
poo poo.
So 22
I-
LR, but if you went body part by body part,
Here's the shitty part about 22.
so like left
right?
kneecap, right kneecap, left elbow,
No,
right
here's
elbow,
poo-poo.
left shoulder, right elbow.
Here's the shitty part about a 22. A 22 will absolutely kill somebody,
Sure.
right? But if you're going to be a serial killer, that means you're going to do it multiple times over and over and over and over.
Okay.
And if you're using the same firearm, your chances of having a misfire are extremely high.
That and your streak cred is so low if you're using it.
Well, I
like,
think
really?
even the Night Stalker went to
Tell
it.
that to.
But the
Night
Night
Stalker
Stalker
was
had
22 and then he went to 25.
He went to a
Because he
25.
had fucking misfires.
Well,
But
I
so-
actually-
Garrett fucking see it.
I actually think-
Zodiac.
I guarantee you, he's like, click. He's like, oh, this fucking piece of
well,
shit.
no,
Went
I
to a
think
bit-
I
bigger,
think he
better
went
caliber.
from 22 to 25 because there's two stories in his chain where the 22 shot didn't kill them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two. The one where
It
he walked
went
in
off her face.
and she saw it, and then he shot that dude and the wife in the head,
Yeah,
and they
and
both survived, and the dude chased him out of the house after being shot.
Imagine shooting a dude point blank in the head and he chases you.
What kind of gun would you use if you were killing somebody?
Something with enough stopping power to kill somebody. Like consistently.
It would also, I would have to pick a caliber that was so fucking common, it was impossible to track.
Revolver.
So what I would do, no,
It
Yeah.
would be a revolver. I would use a revolver.
I would
If you
also,
didn't-
I would also
Mikey,
get a barrel made
if you
that didn't have
wanna
rifling
if you
in
didn't
it.
want to get caught, you don't leave any casings.
Yep.
That's what I'm
Revolvers,
saying.
no casing. I would get a revolver made with no rifling in it
I would
because
use,
it would all be point blank.
I'd
And
use
so
a
I would do it all
9mm
with no
Glock barrel.
rifling, so it
Yeah.
didn't leave them. It leaves no signature on the round. At
But
that point.
but that wouldn't matter because you have the only revolver with no fucking
I-
rifling.
I would use a 9mm Glock, and I would get an aftermarket barrel every
Yes.
single time.
Yep.
Just
Different.
replace the
That's
barrel?
it.
There
And
you
then
go.
just to change
no,
the round
and-
signature.
but then after it was done, I would melt that fucking barrel down.
and put your factory one back in.
No, I would just melt it down, so that way there's no way that you can
Yeah.
do any ballistics.
No,
on it.
he's right.
But then
No.
you put your factory one back
I would
in.
just put my next new
Because it-
barrel back in it.
How much is a 19 barrel?
Fuck it, you can get.
$100.
Yeah, you can
150
thread a
bucks.
barrel.
If it's even that, because you don't need to worry about longevity on it. You could get the most
Yeah.
bullshit, run of the mill,
That's it. It's not
bargain
accuracy. I'm shooting
basement.
me fucking 3 feet away.
See,
good point.
But-
you're thinking from a gun snob standpoint.
but
I'm
if
talking
you
about
put
you
your
need to put
factory
one round
back
through
in,
it.
and they find your gun,
but even if you
they're
put-
going to be like, "Oh, it's the factory fucking barrel."
But
And the
no,
signatures won't
because,
match.
Because what's going to happen is that factory barrel you're going to shoot somebody with, then you're going to melt it down.
no.
Then
I'm
you're gonna
saying
get your
that's
aftermarket.
that's the barrel you don't shoot anybody with.
Or you
He's
keep-
saying every time you shoot somebody with an aftermarket, you put your factory one back in. So when they check it, they're like, "Oh, not this one."
You just get your next factory gun because you're not done. You're not done.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know, so you, in your
I'm not gonna
mind,
lie,
as
it's a little
serial- hold on.
terrifying that we're able to think
Hold
this
on.
through so logically.
As a serial killer, you're not done.
dude, I'm
So
telling you,
you're not worried about
if the
getting
veteran
caught.
community started
So-
murdering other people instead of themselves,
Oh, it'd be rowdy.
So you're not worried
Fuck.
about putting your factory barrel back in it. You're putting your next barrel in for your next person, especially if you're like Mikey and you're at random.
Yeah.
So
the
you don't
problem
know
is
when it's going to happen.
you
but
have to make
need
sure
be
you
ready.
haven't
So you have your
gone-
next barrel already ready, which is perfectly clean.
You
no
also
rounds
have
down
to
the
make
pipe.
sure that you
That's
haven't
it.
gone completely psycho, where you're keeping each barrel as like a trophy
No.
for each kill.
See, that's the number one way of people getting caught is
Is they do the
trophies.
trophy?
Yeah.
They
Or
do the
they ret-
trophy
You
pulls.
guys
So
are
there's
missing
there's
what I'm-
3 big things that get killers caught. One is trophies. They fucking collect shit from the fucking scene of the crime.
And that's my thing with the barrels. If you're
Two
going to switch
is-
barrels
I
every
got it.
time,
2 is
Oh.
they return to the scene of the
I
crime.
got
Yep.
it.
or they'll show up during the investigations
I've
to
Or
been
they,
watch
or,
it.
or they try to inject themselves into
Yep.
the investigation.
I've been
I
watching
could
way
help,
too much.
blah, 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 because they want fucking information.
I've been watching way too much Forged in Fire. You take your barrel that you smoked that dude with, and then you fucking
Melt it down.
forge
turn
it down
into
into a
a
knife,
Make a knife
to kill the next
kill the
dude.
next guy.
Right?
I like it. I like it.
God damn.
That's pretty dope. That's
awesome.
That's a great idea.
You know, if you're doing 9mm from close enough, you're probably getting clean in and out. You could collect the rounds
and
then
put it in
melt
as like
that
the grip.
down. Yeah, melt the rounds down. Yeah, they'd be flattened, but fuck it, melt it down, turn
It
that
doesn't
into
matter.
an
You can't
edged
get
weapon.
ballistics off that.
Nope.
True.
That's the other thing is nobody wants to clean up their fucking crime scene.
Yeah.
Take the bullets and the casings. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, right? Like, fuck, man. Watch Dexter. All right?
Yep. That's right.
Matter of fact,
Revolvers and
watch-
bolt guns are definitely the smarter way to
And,
go.
and Mr. Brooks, that movie.
That's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
That is.
And
It's also got my Hollywood sweetheart in it.
who?
If you can't answer that question, off
Kevin
the bat,
Costner?
I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Kevin Costner's my boy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bummed the smoke off me once. Told the story. Remember? Fucking,
He's
Kevin
my
Costner,
Hollywood crush,
Dane Cook.
especially after The
Fucking-
Guardian.
But in that,
He was hard like woodpecker
he
lips
puts
in The
his-
Guardian.
he puts his hand in with a pistol. He zip ties it inside of a fucking Ziploc bag.
Yeah, and shoots through the bag.
So he shoots through the
And
bag,
the round gets caught.
and I was
Yep.
like, "Fuck, dude, you just fucking." You
The
just
only-
gave
the
a
only
bunch of
down-
fucking murderers a fucking out.
That's like, have you seen Inception?
Yeah.
When he fires that round off the suppressed 9mm and he puts his hand over the discharge, so he fires it and catches the cartridge as it's coming out so he can pocket it.
Yep.
It's a super small detail in the movie, but you're like, that is forethought. That is not just you pulled it and it ejected. Like, he puts his hand over the ejection port, fires the round through the suppressor, so it's a suppressed round,
Once again, a revolver.
but catches the discharge.
Yeah, Revolver fixes
much
all of
easier,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
And to be
act-
honest with you, the whole like, well, the round count. If you know what the fuck you're doing, 6 is plenty.
The,
Right,
like-
the
right?
access to extra revolver barrels is a lot less than.
Do you guys
access
know what
to-
accelerators are?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I rest my case.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Anyways,
No.
like what are you talking about?
So around a rifle bullet, they make 30 caliber accelerator rounds that shoot a 5.56 round, but they put a little sleeve,
like a
a
saddle
plastic
round.
sleeve that goes
They-
around.
yeah,
it.
it's like a
saddle
Sabo.
round for a
They
tank.
quit
Yeah.
selling them because they can't be traced. Because
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
shoot it, the
The rifling all marks the
thing
Sabo
goes
round.
away, and the bullet keeps going.
It's like trying to track a shotgun round. You can't fucking
Sure.
do it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, for all of you that are wondering just how weird and sick and twisted we can get here on the show,
Yeah, we went down a fucking rabbit hole,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
there you go, fucking go.
Might just need to call this episode allegedly.
Yeah.
Let's just call it
Allegedly.
redacted.
So I'm gonna lift my
No, we already
glass.
have a redacted.
Oh,
This
I'm
is
gonna lift my
allegedly.
glass
How are we
and
gonna do
fucking
this?
say that I.
How are we doing this?
I'm
Upside down or
gonna
inside
pass
out?
it. Here, they're
Okay.
passing it down already. Now you pass it back down so I get all the way back down to Scotty.
From Jazz with compliments.
There you go.
I love that I get to cheers twice. I really like
yeah,
this.
it's awesome.
I'm,
So,
not hitting this.
Thank you, sick and twisted motherfuckers, for being my freedom friends.
Mm-hmm.
And to all of you out there in podcast land, fucking
Remember-
send us an email and let us know what how the fuck you'd get business done.
I'm actually curious.
I'm kind of curious.
I'd like to hear some of you fucking whack jobs.
Killing people is bad.
But
That's
don't
right.
incriminate yourself.
Yeah.
and we're just gonna say,
Don't tell me
that
how you're actually doing it.
us
This
here,
is all hypothetical.
us here at the Freedom Friends do not condone the violence or murder of other people, regardless whether or not they fucking deserve it or not. We don't condone it.
However,
Says the guy that went to college.
Some people, however, some people deserve to die.
But and that's I don't think that's ever been in dispute.
So,
But like, share, subscribe.
Are we
smash all those
inciting
buttons.
insurrection right
Nope.
now?
Nope.
No.
Not
Okay.
even close.
Insurrection. No.
So like, share, subscribe. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your mom's friends.
Your mom's fucking friends. God damn it.
That's even if you're not looking for a butt scarf, we'd like pictures.
Dave
I mean,
needs an ass that he can use as a scarf.
Yeah.
For
Dave.
clarification.
Dave is
Yep.
single.
Yeah.
Dave
I'm
is
looking to
single.
mingle.
Dave, he's. God, I'm looking at him right now, and you guys can't see it, but
Oh, he just blew Mike a
the
kiss.
beard's coming in. It looks seatable. All right, you could sit on it.
It is
like-
ass eating season according to the Drinking Bros.
That's true.
Oh,
It is at
shit,
season
son.
season. That's true. So
Get some seasoning for that ass.
All I
Hey,
know
grow
is
your
that
ass off.
Goddamn right.
Yep.
Use that code FF15.
all I know is that Dave is aware of 4 seasons, and all 4 of them are ass eating.
that's right.
Like
That's right.
Just the way it fucking works.
And that said, boys, there's really just 3 little pieces of advice.
Yeah, regardless
Whether
if
you're
if
murdering
killing
or
people or
watching
not,
it on TV.
yeah,
if you're killing people, I feel like
it might apply more.
It applies more. It
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah.
It might apply more.
Yeah.
And that's the first one is to smoke on,
Goddamn right it is.
I'll say drink on.
Mhm.
and the last
kill
one
the right motherfuckers.
that's a rider. That's a
Kill the right motherfuckers.
that's a rider.
Yeah.
But the last one is God damn it,
Boys,
freedom the fuck on. See you guys next time.
Later.